Well, this week marks National Poison Prevention Awareness, which means, it's meant to increase knowledge about how to prevent and stop poisoning accidents. Health officials say this is absolutely necessary, especially since poisoning is the third leading cause of unintentional injury death among children aged 1 to 19. And while this may seem, a simple thing to avoid, it turns out many typical household products hold more danger than we could ever realize. Joining me now to help us better understand the risks of poisonings is HCA, HealthOne Swedish's Trauma Program Director, Missy Anderson. Missy, we were talking about this because I have a child that is still the age of everything goes in the mouth, and I am irrationally terrified of these types of things. And you say that's the good way to be.
Absolutely. So toddlers, like you said, they put everything in their mouth. They're curious, they're growing, and then when they start moving, and so it's really important to be cautious about this because anything they see is going to go in their mouth. And think about pills. They're tiny, they're small. Some of them are really pretty colors. They look like candy. So who doesn't love candy, right?
Yep.
And even some of our cleaning products and solvents, they're a really pretty blue color, might look like Gatorade. So why not try drinking it because it's very pretty? So we really talk and stress, keep all this stuff locked up. Where do we usually put our cleaning supplies? Under our sink.
Yep.
Well, where can the toddler get into? Right under the sink. And then where do we should always store our pills in our medicine cabinet. One thing I really, really encourage families to do, never put this stuff near food. Keep
Smart.
it in a high cabinet, a lock cabinet. We talk about child-proof lock or lids. I think they're adult-proof. I've seen many children get into these products.
Really? Yeah, talk to me a little bit about what are some things that might even cause unintentional poisoning that would surprise us.
Absolutely. So carbon monoxide, it's colorless, odorless, tasteless. So we really stress making sure we have those carbon monoxide detectors, checking them twice a year like we do our smoke detectors. One thing that I think parents overlook unintentionally are button batteries. So those are those small flat batteries, right? They go into key fobs, they go into remotes. They are very, very dangerous for anybody to ingest. So think about and be mindful of toys that you buy. I'm guilty of it. I used to let my kids play with my keys. They make noise, they jingle.
Totally.
But then there's that battery in there and it can cause serious damage when ingested.
Okay, that is a really good tip. Anything else that you can tell us? I know don't put anything by food. That is smart. I feel like anything that I have is like locked up, but is that even enough?
Keep it at a high level, right? Kids are not 5 feet tall. Now, as they get older, into those like 6, 7-year-olds, they'll use benches and stools to climb. But if you can put those locks on cabinets, and a lot of them, they're just plastic they go through, it is hard for them to get those off. But also we want to think about that older population, right? Our teenagers, they're not necessarily getting into, Windex. What we want to think about these older kids is alcohol, right? Because now they're at this vulnerable state in life and they're curious and there's lots of peer pressure. So really being mindful of that, as well as talking to them about social media because there's all these challenges and some of them are ingesting things that we shouldn't.
Absolutely. We have 15 seconds left, but I think it's important to talk about really briefly if something does happen, if my kid or someone else's gets into something or you think they've gotten into something, what do you do?
Call poison control immediately. Keep that number visible at all times.
Okay, poison control. Missy, thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Lots to think about.